Aha, my friends, there's probably a great chance, a high chance, if not the 100% chance you're gonna find this clip in the beginning of the video. Yes, it's Matt from the future right now, like we typically do in some of these videos. The car's already lowered, so it's a success, mission success. I walk you all the way through. Watch until the end if you wanna see everything. I throw out some tips and tricks and pointers and stuff. You learn from my mistakes. I've been through it, so that's all you need to know. I'm just throwing this out there for you. The car has settled over time. It's the next day. I didn't want to film this stuff the night of and show you all the intricacies and everything and it just not be bright out. And if you think you're going to be interested in more C7 Z06 videos or anything, car videos, whatever, or you just want to hear me blabber, yabber, labber, blabber, subscribe down below. That's just for your advantage. I'm not going to push that on you guys. That comment section down there too, well, the subscribe button's a red rectangular button somewhere down there. Just hit that. And after you hit that, turn on notifications and then you can get these videos more advantageously. It's gonna be shuttled to you. You're gonna see more of my ugly face, my mug. Yeah, the car, more importantly. Fuck me. The car is what you wanna see. The info on the car is what you wanna see. My mistakes, my lessons learned, my experience is what you wanna get before you make those mistakes and, you know, find out the hot fire is hot before you burn your hand. Otherwise, yeah, comment section down there. Animals, crazy, lunatics, aliens, I don't know what they're doing. They're crazy, man. So just get down there and get involved. Get involved, comment down something below what you think. How low would you go if it was your car? We're gonna go the stock height. I get into all that, so I'll shut up now. Back to Matt from the past with a stock, uneven, super high monster truck Z06. Because right now, we're lowered, baby. We're lowered. What's up? It's that time, people. Behind me, we have the Z06. More importantly, we have wheels on the Z06, which, why wouldn't we? Oh, I know why. Because one of them's cracked. We'll get into that in another video, but this video, I want to talk about this awkward wheel gap we got going on here. Okay? So, rumor has it, legend has it, you can actually get a 10mm, jack this up with 2 jacks, put weight off the leaf springs. Yes, they run on leaf springs if you didn't know that. You'll see that once we get under the car. I'm gonna film all this, kind of document this for my own purposes. Stock ride height right now. The car is raised because of the ground effects once they ship it and everything. Apparently the C7 was like that. I just, you know, I'm going off of what I've heard, what I've been told. This could be factual, this could be wrong. Comment down below. If you are new to this channel, subscribe down below. That's just for your advantage. If you like these videos, you're gonna wanna subscribe and turn notifications on and give this video a thumbs up. That's gonna tell YouTube to recommend more of these videos and my annoying face to you. But mainly the car. We care less about me, more about the car. The ground is somewhat level, but not perfectly uniform. We're just gonna measure this once we pull it up onto these 2 boards up there. See what the ride height's at? I think it's 27¼ is where it should all be. Might be 26¼. I'm not 100% sure. Extreme Online Store, front 01 conversion splitter. This nasty wheel gap we got, man. Apparently it's super easy to lower. So we're gonna try it out. You just need 2 jacks, a 10mm, and maybe like an hour of your time. You're gonna back the bolts out, whatever. There's a ton of videos doing it online. Kind of just doing this to document it myself, and I'll try to be as in-depth as possible. That way maybe we can provide some additional value that others have left out. I don't really know what else to say other than the fact that we can get her started up and mosey her on up. I've spaced out these boards accordingly. That way we have something to lay on. We're working with gravel over here right now. It's okay. Let's do it. Alright, so we got that pulled up. Pockets. Oh yeah. We got, just so you can get an idea, I'm going not off the bottom of the boards, but right there. Yeah, we're at 28, about 28.5 from the bottom of the rubber to this little crease right here in the fender well. I'm gonna write this stuff down. So the rear, 28.5. 28 1/8. Rear passenger. front passenger. If we're going to the fender well, we're at about 27 3/4. I think we're gonna stick with the fender well because that's probably more uniform with everything else. So we'll go 27 7/8 for the front passenger. I think that's the best way to do it. 27 3/4. So yeah, we're not perfectly symmetrical on each side, but it's better than what it was. It's closer. The variation isn't too extreme. Maybe about a year ago I was gonna do this and then just things happened and I didn't. It was a lot different then. It was like, I think we had almost 29 inches on one of these, 27 and something somewhere. I don't know. It was just crazy. It was almost like an inch apart and nothing was close. At least these are kind of close. We got 28 1/4, 28 1/2 at the back. And in the front, 27 7/8, 27 3/4. So we're still sitting weirdly. We're gonna drop the stock bolts because you can buy aftermarket bolts. We're gonna drop the stock bolts all the way down as low as we can go, and I'm gonna be okay with that for now. It seems like a pretty easy process. You back the bolts out, la 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 la, all the way down to the stoppers, and you're good to go. There is a wasp flying around my mic. I think that is our cue to stop and just start doing this. Should be an easy task. Let's see. Let's see if the legend is right. Let's interview the man in the middle. Yo, you're running, Ruka. Hey, hey. You think this is gonna work out? No, she's scared. She's scared of the camera. Also, real quick, before I trigger the complete fuck out of all of you, I did notice that I didn't actually measure the clearance from the top of the wheel, like the actual gap clearance. Okay, so right here, 2 7/8, 3 3/8. Front driver, we got about 2 3/8. But that's up to the fender well, or that's up to the fender flare. So I'm not really comparing that to the rear. And on the front passenger, we're looking at 2 3/4. All right, when jacking up the car, you're gonna need one jack to jack it up and then one to rest on the leaf spring. And I don't have any jack pucks on me, so we're gonna have to deal with that. So we send her in. So, recommends to take the wheels off. Apparently you don't have to do it, but it's good to, because it just gives you more access to things, all that fun stuff. If you've never removed the wheels, you just need a 19 lug socket right there. And all right, so now that we've exposed all this, once you get back here, you can get in and right next to this blue tick right there, 10mm bolt right there. It's a bolt. The top of it is the bolt. The bolt is what's turned, and that's what backs down to these little stoppers right here. There we go, right there. You can see right under the yellow sticker, you see that bolt. And there you go. So you're gonna get your jack back there, the second one, right up in here. You probably could access it from the rear if you really wanted to. Maybe we'll try the other side. Those are the leaf springs we're looking at. They're not like a traditional leaf spring you have on a truck, but it is without a doubt a leaf spring. Doesn't really have to be pushed in too far. I just back it up to the, yeah, oh. Hopefully I think this will make it. The curvature of that should be good. Let's see if we can get an angle. I want to be able to watch this later to see. God damn it. We're just gonna take a little bit of weight off of that leaf spring. Not too much. Parts you need. You can use one of these ratchets, or you can get one of these ones. I recommend the swivel one. Links on Amazon down below in the description if you need them. There'll be stuff for this and this if you don't have it. I don't know why you don't, but if you do need it, you can click down there and get it. If you have a ratchet with a swivel on it that's small enough or thin enough, narrow enough, whatever you want to call it, that can fit in there, you're good, but you're probably going to want it or have to use a wrench just due to the fact that, let me pump up this exposure, you got this fat fuck right in the way, right here. So you're going to have to loosen it with something narrow. See how we're getting that? Now we're just gonna back this all the way out until we no longer can. Haha! The swivel ratchet for the hills. Got her on there and she's working like a charm. Threw the wrench back on there, the 10mm, just so you can see this. When I turn, down at the bottom, watch down here, when I turn this, my hand's gonna completely get in the way. Matt back here, the master of tight spaces. We gotta figure it out. Watch under, not there, but watch down there. You're gonna see that little cog, the stopper.
the rubber grommet, you're gonna see that spin. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but it's definitely spinning. Probably see it from here, perhaps. That turns with this, so you're gonna know when you back this out as far as you can, that is coming up all the way to the top. It's dropping the space. These aren't as separated as they used to be. That's what you wanna look for. Eventually, we will come to a point where we can't back it out any further.
True test of the gods with this. We're backed all the way out, and now that once I pull on this, I don't wanna knock the car over on me. I don't think I will, but I'm literally pulling myself into the wrench now. So we're backed all the way out. You can see down there, down at the bottom. Let's see if we can pump these. You can see there's no space right there. This is why I'm making this video, just because nobody really got into this like that. Especially with a sweet camera like this, you know what I mean? This is why you should subscribe. Red rectangular button right there, just for your advantage. Again, yeah, right there. You see that? You're backed all the way in, all the way down here. Now you can see that gap. That's what you're looking for. You want that top cone part where it cones in, the little nipple in the center. You want that to kiss the bottom of your leaf spring. Just because I'm probably only gonna ever do this once with these, I want to give this a shot. Instead of taking the wheel off, I'm gonna try to jack it up. Yeah, we're on the spring, so now we're gonna pump it up. And I can access that right there. Trying to get on it, I'm on it. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're on it. This is the only play I have to move forward and back, so it is what it is. We're just gonna have to do this. Not gonna lie to you guys, not gonna hold this. I caved, I took the wheel off. There just wasn't enough space in there to get a crank. You would just get one crank, not even. But we got a joint here, that doesn't really matter, but there's one in there, and you're able to get, if you can see this, turn, and yeah. It kind of does help to have all these swivel points. But once you're backing it out, eventually we'll get to a point where it stops and you can't turn it anymore. You can see that bottom piece right there that's in focus. Well, now it's out of focus. There's no gap. You saw the gap over the past couple seconds minimizing. That should be good right there. I'm gonna drop this and just measure it right now with the rear two wheels just to see. I'm gonna measure it all at once at the end, but I'm just curious to see the difference of it from stock to half, you know, just the rear and then the front, because why not? Wish I had my gloves on. So the rear passenger, 28 1/8, 2 inches and 7/8 of clearance or gap. All right, we're at 27 7/8. And the gap is 2 1/4. Okay, 27 7/8, 2 1/4 now to from stock 28 inches and 1/8 with 2 inches and 7/8 of clearance. Let's go to the other side. The other side, we have 28 1/2, 3 3/8, 28 1/2. 27 7/8. That's what we had before on the other side. So we're fucking uniform. We're symmetrical. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how fucking off they were before. They're fucking uniform now. Symmetrical. Delicious. What is that? Dead bug. Okay. You should check this stuff. Even if you don't want to lower the car. I kind of don't want to lower the car, but I don't want it to be all fucking like lollygag, lopsided. So this is fixing that. Bringing it to its lowest point is in this sense, kind of clarification, factuality to the front. That's good. This is how you can make sure it is properly uniform. Because if you're not gonna jack the car all the way up. So yeah, and if you try to level it, I mean, good fucking luck with that. They're bolts. So there's no way to really measure it unless you measure the bolts. I don't know how to fucking do that. This is the stupid guys, the dummies way to simply just make sure it's symmetrical. I'm just gonna have to jack it up from the jack point on the side, and then again, pop the wheel off, wonderful, and apply another jack pressure to release pressure from the front leaf spring, and then we are ready to rumble. Front wheel all super fucking accessible. That is a great thing to see. I should clean these before I do this. Well, that sure does look different. So hopefully we can get rid of this fucking contraption. We'll see in a second. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Okay. This is too big, I think. Yeah. Jack up the spring. It's that time for a pro tip. So if you can get a jack in there where the handle is expendable and you can remove it, just make sure everything's safe and secure, locked in. This is loose. Only the jack handle is loose. Pull that out. And now I can get in here and sort of, if I can focus in on our lowering bolt, I can wrap, kind of bear hug around the suspension and get this. It's a lot easier to do, again, with one hand when you're not filming, but just doing this to show you, I can get in there, and she's loose. It's, don't be afraid to jack this up. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want. Don't hurt yourself. I should say don't do this at home. I'm not responsible for you being an asshole and killing yourself or someone, but don't be afraid to relieve more pressure off that than is on here. Just don't do too much more, for obvious reasons. Kill yourself. But this is a little bit looser than it was initially. Watch as we let this slide down. See if the front's any noticeably lower. No, not that I know of yet. We'll see once we get over to the other side. Maybe it is. I have to compare pictures. I'll park it right over there, right there, and get a picture, because I have other pictures. I know I don't think I got a clip of this just head on like this, but it definitely looks a little bit lower. Other side. Jesus Christ.
If you can get as close to that as possible, obviously you don't want to jack the leaf spring from the furthest point, but you want to go from the closest point to that lowering bolt. The front passenger lowering bolt had this underneath.
Let's just watch it right here. You can see it's in there. Yes.
Blood pressure boilingly difficult to get out. Backed it out, sprayed it down. It's a lot better now. We're gonna try to back it out more. Readjusted this, moved this shit around just to play with it. But I think it was this little piece of glue or whatever it is on the bottom that was getting chewed up by the threads and like Loctiting it in basically. Weird glue stuff aside, we got that backed all the way out. Might not be backed fully out, but I also just have jacked up a little bit more because we were trying to finagle with that and it was tapping the shock. Or touching it, making contact with it, moving the leaf spring a little bit. So, I don't know, it might not be perfect. If so, we'll go back to it. But I gotta get to an event anyway. Throw the wheel on and see what this looks like. Wheels back on, and 26 5/8 up to the fender line. So 27 3/4 over here, 20, 27 and a half. So that one isn't all the way down. That one isn't all the way down. That's still about a 1/4 inch. So I still gotta get in there and do that. I'll go back and do that. Yeah, this is 2 inches. Okay, it might be uneven. This might be uneven to drop the lowering bolts. You only need 10mm and some ratchet accessories and 2 jacks. And if you have an impact gun, really helps. And don't slice your finger open with a tape measure. So what do you think? It definitely feels lower. It might be an inch, I think. It's somewhere around there, less than an inch, but it definitely feels lower. And now we're off to one of the Race the North events. Just so you know, it doesn't handle any worse. The ride isn't any worse. It's fine. It's totally fine. If anyone's ever hesitant to do this, drop the stock bolts all the way down to the bottom. It's fine. The ride quality the difference is insignificant, if there even is one. I'm sure there is one, it's just I can't notice it while street driving. Yeah, I haven't been ripping the car around. But it's fine. It's absolutely identical to what it was like prior to this.
And yeah, tally ho, off to Legendary Exotics, and maybe we'll show you some cool cars. I'm sure there are some things there. I'm sure Amir's got a crew with him. This is like a free event that he did for everybody. I was supposed to go on the whole thing, but with me having the misfire and doing the coils and yada 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 other stuff, and another surprise I'm working on right now that I can't really go into detail. I want to, I just can't. Yeah. If you are still watching, keep watching. Car's good, recap on that. Took about 35 minutes to do. Not hard at all. Set a plan, have a plan, prep what you're gonna do, get your tools ready, oil the bolts if you can. That one last one, put some PB Blaster. Not a huge fan of putting that stuff on, rather use WD-40. I just didn't have any. I know, sucks. But yeah, all the products that I used for that, the wrenches, tools, whatever, anything you need, I'm gonna list down below. I'm the worst person ever. I've been here for like an hour. The mirror's finished up. This parking lot was full of like 70 vehicles. Some Performantes here, Z06 is here, GT3 RS, all this other stuff. But now it's empty and it just looks like a Corvette after hours gathering. Amir, any words for the YouTubes?
Hey, we had a great time though. It was, you know, a lot of cars.
I like how this whole thing turned into an after hours Corvette meet. I like the arrow he has on here.
I know, I was just looking at it before.
Dude.
You see the side skirts?
Yes, and what gets me is this little fin back here.
Yeah.
I like that, but mainly I'm jealous of this, dude, because this is such an afterthought. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bare, and the companies, they make that
The diffuser.
but they're too thick.
Yeah.
They're like, they look kind of cheesy to me because they're so thick.
There's some that look okay.
I found one company that makes like, it's like, it looks like it would cut me if I fucking ran my hand across it. Yeah, dude, we were on the V2 at the airfield.
In June.
And then there was another one. Yeah,
It's been a year.
It's been a while.
But
You're gonna have another one.
we are gonna have another one.
And
as soon as this COVID situation is done, I'm hoping October. I usually do a rally in October. Fingers crossed, hopefully.
June and October of every year. So if you're around this area, just there's the hat. Follow Race the North on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Anything else? I think that's it.
Just join us. I mean, it was a great time. Just come.
Yeah, it is fun.
You'll get an experience.
It is a fun event. Everyone's chill. No one goes insane. Every now and then someone gets a little squirrely.
So I have him there, I have him in the side up there,
Yeah? Oh shit.
up in the hood, and then the grill.
Can you get him the flash blue and red? Oh, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Complex? Yeah, there you go.
I need that. I need that.
Imagine seeing
I don't
that
think
at
I'm
night.
allowed to go down the road like that.
Yes, you are. Yo, he made me park with all the Corvettes.
Trash!
Near all the trash.
Trash!
I'm hating.
Give me the breakdown.
I'm hating right
Give me the
now.
60-second breakdown.
I'm hating. This is my first car meetup,
Yeah?
and I'm already hating. I wanna pimp out my ride too.
I want food. I don't give a fuck about cars.
You know we fucking rapping out here, dog. Race the North, man. Shout out to my man. Race the North, you already know. We out here. Hold on, look at the back. We right here with it. You already know what it is. Mr. Matt Wayne, Race the North right here, man. Hope y'all out here popped out whatnot. Legendary Exotics, man.
The
you know, boys
craziest
out here.
rallies on the East Coast.
Wildest rallies on the East Coast, man. You know where we at with it, man. You talking about McLarens, you talking about Lamborghinis, you talking about Corvettes, all that. It's all there. What you mean? It's all out there, man. Fuck what you mean out here, dog.
Ooh, ceramic matrix gray. Z06. I think it might be a 1LZ manual.
So I'm gonna get a
Yeah,
basic
I think we're a 1LZ. It doesn't matter though. It's still dope with the nickel painted wheels, nickel finished wheels. It's got the stage 1. It's good though. It's a good color. I like it. I think we're wrapping it up here. It's getting dark. This shit's getting sketchy.
She owes me money.
No, I don't.
Go put your seatbelt on. You're gonna need it.
Am I just a whole part ride?
You might.
It's the next day. It's the next day. I didn't want to come back and film all the intricacies of this at night. The last few clips you see, obviously, we're at the Race to North event, which I got there on the tail end. That tire wheel back there is actually cracked, and we have a compressor, one of those plug-in compressors that you use to fill it back up. What we're gonna do is go into the intricacies of this, because we let it settle overnight, and I'm kind of glad we did that, because I've heard that if you let this settle it lowers even further. I'm not gonna go back to the clips that we filmed prior. I don't have them, the front two written down, the rear I do have written down. Symmetricality was the name of the game. I can't stress that enough. Anyone trying to do this modification, even if you're not interested in lowering the car for an aesthetic sense, I will say the asymmetricalities that you face when you get the car stock, brand new, whatever. I bought this new, I got some brand new Corvette videos that I haven't made yet that I want to make with it, and just to point out, well, yeah, everything was uneven on that, and it sucked. It really did suck, and I'm glad that I had the chance and opportunity to think and drop that down. I mean, it's not that much thinking, it's not critical thinking at all. You drop that down all the way to the bottom of the, what are they? The grommets. The grommets that are, let's just call them grommets, because if you, I'll use this as an example. This is the bolt, right? The lowering bolt, the top part where the top of my index finger is gonna be what you're unscrewing, what you're screwing down. But the better part of that is when your leaf spring is on. Bear with me right here, I don't have a table. So my hand is front and center. This is gonna be our example. So this is the lowering bolt, right? Here's the leaf spring. This arm is gonna be the leaf spring. It sits on it like that. This is the grommet down at the bottom that you wanna back the bolt out and basically back it out so it touches. This is gonna be pretty simple for a lot of you that have done this before, or researched this, or know this. I'm just pointing this out for the ones that are not enlightened to it. It's very simple. Now, when you're stock like this, you would imagine the leaf springs are riding on that. It's probably negligent. I didn't notice anything. I probably had some clips back there from the handling and stuff like that. The handling didn't seem too different. But again, the car settled overnight and it's a lot lower now, at least it looks. And when I'm getting out of the car, it feels lower. Whether it being like an inch or whatever, it doesn't matter. It literally feels lower. Like when I'm getting out, I feel lower to the ground. I didn't realize an inch could make that big of a difference, but it does. And yeah, before I was getting, I think at the beginning of the video, 3 or 4 fingers into the rear wheel well. Now I'm 3 and 2, so clearly it's about an inch lower. Anyway, we measured it and it's like that regardless. But what I'm getting at for handling sense, in a sense of handling or aiding and abetting the steering and handling and just overall feel of that and ride, the ride wasn't any less comfortable, but it's on that grommet, which I think it's rubber or plastic or whatever. It's now the leaf spring is fully on it. Makes sense? So instead of being up here, which I would say is a more compromised or less stable position, because yeah, that's metal, steel, whatever, it's probably gonna flex. There's some sense of flex to it. But when it's down and now it's on and laying on that grommet, yeah, it's rubber, but it's better than it being up in the air. Excuse me. Yeah, that's all I have to say for that. Let's check this out. So obviously, I didn't really give a walk around of it earlier. Well, I kind of did. It looks way lower, for sure. Both sides. Everything is uniform. Everything, shut up ducks, everything is symmetrical. and that's the whole point. I wanted uniformity, and that was my main stressor here. I wanted to make sure all that stuff was uniform, because I don't want to have weird wear on my tires or weird alignments or whatever, and I haven't yet. Luckily, there's a dragonfly on the Z06 badge. Oh, that's not a dragonfly. I don't know what the hell that is. That's all I really have to throw out there and let you guys know about that. Just a recap on it. Obviously a lot lower than it was before. I measured it earlier, right in the end. It's settled a little bit further. We might as well measure it while we're here. So I'll give you the rundown. We're at about 26 inches right there. Now this tire's low on air, so I'm not even gonna measure that, but we'll measure the front. It's like 26 inches right there, right over here, right at 26. So we're right where we need to be. That's all I really have for y'all with that. So if you enjoyed it, throw a subscribe down if you want to see these videos any further. That's just for your advantage. I'm not going to push it on you like I always say. That's not me pushing it on you by saying I'm not pushing it on you. I just want to have fun with this. It's fun to do. And we got some more stuff coming. Stay tuned. I'll catch you later.